Shabbat Shalom, everyone, and welcome back to Temple Beth Shalom. We have a beautiful Shabbat service ahead of us. We have the Bat Mitzvah weekend beginning of Orly Wrestler, the daughter of Vanessa and Gary, and one of the famous wrestler sisters. So we're so pleased that they are here with us tonight with grandparents and all. We have Allison Greenfield, one of our Board of Trustees, later on. And we have a special guest tonight, the Deputy Consul General of Israel, who will bring us greetings, Casa Bense Harbor. And this will kick off our Yom Ha'atzmaut week coming up, beginning Tuesday with Yom HaZikaron. We have ceremonies that are virtual throughout the day. And then on Wednesday is Yom Ha'atzmaut, and we are having an exciting in-person Israeli dinner and celebration, followed by a virtual tour of Israel. So how can you miss out? We encourage you, as always, to go to the website and see the different activities that are going on. We hope that you were able to join the community last night. We had our community-wide Yom HaShoah program, and with our very own Cantor Siegel opening it beautifully. And so, again, we encourage you to go to the website, see the different things that are going on. There's so much going on at the temple. Sunday, there's a sisterhood event, a drive that we would love you to join as well. But meanwhile, as Rabbi Pomerantz always says, to sit back, take a deep breath. And on behalf of everyone here at Temple Beth Shalom, I want to welcome you and wish you all a Shabbat Shalom.
Bruchim Habaim, we cannot wait to welcome you home again. Our COVID task force has determined that it is safe to bring back in-person worship starting on Friday night, April 23rd, with a number of precautions to keep our community safe and well. Here are some of those precautions.
Seating will be limited and by reservation only on a first-come, first-served basis.
Physical distancing will be observed.
Masks will be necessary whether or not you have been vaccinated.
Unfortunately, there will be no cookies, sushi, or oneg until further notice.
Of course, all of our services will continue to be streamed on our website, on Zoom, and through Facebook Live.
Please stay tuned for more detailed information on how and when to register to attend.
We are incredibly appreciative for all your support and how you've maintained connection despite the distance. With gratitude and excitement, we look forward to welcoming you back to Temple Beth Shalom in person.
Yai lai 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 Yai lai 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 lai
Shabbat Shalom, and welcome everyone to Temple Beth Shalom Kabbalat Shabbat services this evening. It was fun to see that opening video because indeed Monday we will go live on our website to register for coming back to the sanctuary in person. In the meantime, welcome to Shabbat services, and we are thrilled to have you with us this Shabbat. It's the Shabbat in between Yom HaShoah last week and Yom HaHatzmaut, Israeli Independence Day, next week. So these couple weeks really have the full gamut of feelings and of holidays that represent the full Jewish experience, and so we're glad to have this Shabbat between as we move from the remembrance of tragedy to the celebration next week of Yom HaAtzmaut. And of course, we are thrilled to be celebrating Orly Ressler's bat mitzvah this weekend and to invite the whole Ressler family to lead us in the blessings of Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Sorry, we have a very religious dog in our house tonight. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
Beautiful, and now Gary will lead us in the introduction to the Kiddush.
Vayerev vahivoker Yom HaShishi. And there was evening, and there was morning, the sixth day. The heaven and the earth were finished, and all their array. On the seventh day, God finished the work that God had been doing, and God created on the seventh day from all the work that God had done. And God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy, because on it God ceased from all work and creation that God had done.
Now Orly will lead us in the Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho v'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh bereshit. Ki hu yom tehillah lemikra kodesh zecher letziyat Mitzrayim. Ki banu bacharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol hamim ve'shabbat kodshecha ve'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat.
Amen. L'chaim.
Mazel Tov. And now we will begin our Kabbalat Shabbat section of our service, beginning with Lechuna Ranana, our beautiful psalm, Come Let Us Sing Joyously to Adonai. Lechuna Ranana l'Adonai, Naria Yishenu. Lechu neranena l'Adonai, Naria litzor Yishenu, Nekadma fanav v'toda v'zmirot Naria lo. Lechu neranena l'Adonai, Naria litzor Yishenu, Nekadma fanav v'toda v'zmirot Naria lo. Nekadma fanav v'toda v'zmirot Naria lo. Ki el gadol Adonai umelech gadol al kol Elohim, asher biyado mekerei haaretz v'toafot harim lo. Asher biyado mekerei haaretz v'toafot harim lo. Yalai, yalai, lalai, lalai, yalai, lalai, 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 We are now ready to receive Shabbat with the coming of the bride. Yalla la 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 lecha dodi, yalla la 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 likrot kala, yalla la la penei Shabbat, penei Shabbat nekabel.
Yalla la la la, likrat kala. Yalla la la la, pnei Shabbat, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Yishmi'anu el hamiuchad, Adonai echad, u'shmo echad, l'shemo tiferet v'litilah. Yalla la la la, lecha dodi. Yalla la la la, likrat kala. Yalla la la la, pnei Shabbat, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat, lechu v'necha, ki mekor habracha, merosh mikedem nesucha, sof maaseh b'machshava techila. Yalla la la la, lecha dodi. Yalla la la la, likrat kala. Yalla la la la, Pnei Shabbat, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, Kivaonech, Kumiovi, Uri, Shudaveri, Kivod Adonai, Alayich nigla. Yai lai lai, yala la la la, lechadodim. Yala la la la, lekrat kala. Yala la la la, Pnei Shabbat, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Boi v'shalom, ateret bala, gam besimcha uv'tohola, toch emuneh am segula, boi chala. Yalla la la la, lechadodim. Yalla la la la, lekrat kala. Yalla la la la, Pnei Shabbat, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Yalla la la la, lekrat kala. Yalla la la la, Pnei Shabbat, Pnei Shabbat nekabela.
We remain standing in body or spirit for the call to worship. Yalla lai lai lai, 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 yalla lai.
lai lai lai, yalla 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 lai lai lai. There is one who sings the song of his own life, finding everything within himself. There is one who leaves the circle of herself and sings the song of her people. There is one whose voice rings with the song of humanity, hoping for the highest perfection. And there is one who rises even higher, uniting with all creatures, with all worlds, filling the universe with song. We are about to continue with the Shema, and we remember that the tallis is the inspiration for the flag of Israel. The flags will be waving next week during Yom HaAtzmaut, and so we can symbolically gather the four corners of the tzitzit together as Orly leads us in the Shema, and as we reflect on how the Shema preserves and maintains our people, even through geographic dispersion, through centuries of exile, and through an independent Israel today. So Orly, please lead us.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavecha u'bchol nafshecha u'bchol meotecha v'chayu hadevarim ha'eleh asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'veitecha u'v'lechtecha b'derech u'shokbecha u'bkumecha u'kshartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha u'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'visharecha leman tizkeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'item kedoshim le'Elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher chotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem le'Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem.
Adonai Elohechem emet. Wow, Yashar Koach Orly, that was an excellent V'ahavta. And as I have to tell you, as we were singing Lecha Dodi and singing about the light of redemption, I was thinking of your name, which means my light. And we are very excited for your bat mitzvah tomorrow. Yashar Koach. So before the Micha Mocha, I want to just reflect for a moment. After the Holocaust, there were so many who questioned their faith and questioned what it means to continue to pray in the wake of such atrocity, seeing the worst of what people are capable of doing to other people. And Eliezer Berkovitz, who is a famous 20th century rabbi from Germany, he took up this question in a book called Faith After the Holocaust. And one of the things he said is that the survival of the Jewish people is itself an amazing proof of God. But he also said that one of the powers of God, or how God shows God's omnipotence, if you will, is also in allowing history and allowing people to make choices and for history to unfold, and that God not performing the intervention, the miracles that God did at the sea, that is itself important, and of course this is something that people have grappled with ever since. But as we sing the Micha Mocha, let's reflect on that importance that our faith in God lives alongside the events of history, because we know that human beings are responsible for what happens and what happens in history. So we sing these words Micha Mocha as we affirm as we affirm our faith, even in the midst of all the complexities of human life.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar ba'kodesh dora tehilot osef
And we invite you to rise and to engage in the prayers of the Amidah, our standing prayer, right now.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, v'Elohei avoteinu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor, v'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Koneh Hakol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot, U'Mevi Geula Livnei V'Nehem, Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Hozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avram, V'Ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayei HaKol Atah Rab Lehoshia, Morid Hatal, Mechalkel Chayim Bechesed, Mechayei HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Sohomech Noflim Verofeh Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Mehemunato, Lishenei Ahafar, Michamocha Baal Gevurot, Umidom Elach, Melech Meimid, Umechayeh, Umatmiach Yeshua, V'nemanat Halachayot HaKol, Baruch Atah Adonai, Bechayeh HaKol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yahalalucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. We are commanded, our faith commands us to express gratitude each and every morning when we wake up and within our Amidah section of our service with the Hoda'ah prayer. And so to express such gratitude, we have a special version of the Hoda'ah called Grateful by the composer Beth Stiles, beautifully sung by Vanessa and Orly, who often grace our bima with beautiful music.
Each day I live, my God, for each day I live. I am grateful, grateful, forever grateful, grateful each day I live. I am gifted by your glory, I God. Each day I live. I am grateful, grateful, forever grateful, grateful each day I live. For each day I live, my God. For each day I live. I am grateful, grateful, forever grateful, grateful each day I live. I am gifted by your glory. I am lifted by your love. I am grateful, grateful. Every day I live. I am grateful, grateful. Every day I live.
The bitter and the sweet, observing Yom HaZikaron and Yom HaAtzmaut this year. URJ President Rabbi Rick Jacobs wrote, as some of the most painful and joyous days of the Jewish calendar approach, the poetic plea of Israel's legendary singer Naomi Shemer in her song, Al Kol Eleh, provides a useful frame for these annual commemorations. Over the honey and the stinger, over the bitter and the sweet, over all these things, please stand guard over us, our God of goodness. Al hadvash ve'al ha'oketz, al hamar ve'hamatok, al bitenu hatinoket, shmor Eli hatov, al ha'esh ha'mevo'eret, al ha'mayim hazakim, al ha'ish hashav habaita min ha'merchakim, al kol eleh, al kol eleh, shmona Al hadvash ve'al ha'oketz, al hamar ve'hamatok, al nata ha'kor natua, al tishkach et ha'tikva, hashiveni Shuva el haaretz hatova. For the honey and the bee sting, for the bitter and the sweet, all the things which join as one to make our lives complete. For the future of our children, for our prayer will never cease, for the hope that with tomorrow comes a world of peace. Al kol eleh, al kol eleh, shmona li Eli hatov, al hadvash ve'al ha'oketz, על המר והמתוק, על נטע כל נטוע, אל תשכח את התקווה, השיבני והשובה אל הארץ הטובה, אל הארץ הטובה.
Thank you, Cantor Siegel. I can't think of a better song that really encapsulates the moment we are in, which is this Shabbat, as has been said already, between Yom HaShoah, Holocaust Remembrance Day, and Yom HaZikaron, Israel's Memorial Day for fallen soldiers and victims of terrorism, and Israeli Independence Day, which marks joyful celebration. Israeli Reform Rabbi Mordechai Rotem suggests that these 7 days between Holocaust Remembrance Day and Israeli Independence Day be similar to the 10 days between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, which are days of introspection and reflection. He gives these days the name Shivat Yamei Teudah, which means the 7 days of bearing witness. This Shabbat is also known as Shabbat Tikkumah, the Sabbath of revival, a time in which we rise from the ashes of the Holocaust through the heroism and grief of Israel's wars and losses to the unbridled joy and miracle of Israel's independence. I cannot think of a speaker who could embody the wonder of Israel's accomplishments more powerfully than our speaker tonight, Kassa Ben-Asai Harber, the Deputy Consul General at the Israeli Consulate in Miami. In 1981, when I was studying in Israel for my junior year at the Hebrew University in Jerusalem, I had the privilege of working all year long with new immigrants from Ethiopia who had been rescued by Israel and brought to build new lives in the Jewish homeland. Those who came on the wings of eagles, as it were. What an enormous impact and source of inspiration that was for me as a young college student. Ben-Asai Harber's leadership is a symbol of the success of that aliyah despite its many challenges. Before coming to Miami in 2019, she served as deputy head of mission at the Israeli embassy in Wellington, New Zealand. And before that, she served at the embassy in Yangon, Myanmar. We are so pleased that she could be with us on this special Shabbat to share thoughts about Israel on this, the eve of Israel's 73rd birthday. Thank you so much, Kassa, for joining us.
Thank you very much for inviting me. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I'm really happy to be here with you. I wish it was in person, but we have to pray and for the next time that this horrible times will be over and we'll be able to, to meet each other more in person. Thank you very much for the kind words and being such a great friend of Israel and supporting Israel. You spoke about a little bit about the Holocaust, and yesterday I had the privilege to be in an event for Holocaust Memorial Day, and it's just I realized the Holocaust happened because we didn't have the state of Israel. We didn't have a home. And finally, for thousands of years of yearning and praying, we are finally back home. And the fact that I'm here as a diplomat of the state of Israel it's just a miracle itself, because we were separated for thousands of years, and now we have our own home to go back to. And my family went back to Israel from Ethiopia in the early 90s, and it's just incredible. And as we celebrate Israel Independence Day and 73rd Independence Day, I couldn't be proud of our country, of our states. Such an amazing country that not only helping herself from nothing, in becoming a startup nation, and now we became vaccination nation. But not only that for ourselves, but also we're doing for others and helping other countries to learn, to teach, to help them the know-how, helping others to be prosperous and from our knowledge. And we couldn't also be grateful for our friendship with the United States of America, because Israel and Americans' bond is based on shared values, values of freedom and democracy and tikkun olam, where we're obligated to do good for the world, and Israel in innovation and to help, through our many programs to the world, and America as well. And that friendship led to our friendship. I'm glad the synagogue and us, in the Israeli consulate here in Miami, we work very closely through many programs. And one of them last year, 2 years ago, before the COVID hit, with Adam and the tribe, we did Ethiopian Jewish history event where we had Ethiopian food together, and there were young adult brilliant people that came to the program. And now I heard that you are sending teenagers to Israel in the summer, which is really amazing and incredible, to keep this connection and to keep this bond from one generation to another. And every Jew, it doesn't matter where they are, they can not only feel, but also they can assure that Israel is their home. And it doesn't matter if they are living in Israel, in America, or New Zealand, or whatever. They know that Israel it's part of their identity, and Israel is their home also. And the fact that you're sending your kids to Israel in the summer, I couldn't be happier, and I would love to see them when I'm back in Israel in the summer as well. And like I said, we have a lot of challenges in Israel, but thank God we are overcoming those challenges. Even in the region, the peace agreement, the Abraham Accord, it's a great, wonderful news. As Israel is helping, in terms of technology, from agricultural technology to cyber to others innovations to the rest of the world. And now we would be able to help also our neighbors, which is really an amazing news, and to have peace and purpose in our region as well. So you couldn't, I couldn't be proud of Israel. You should be proud of Israel, and I am proud of you guys for being such a great supportive of Israel and great friends of our consulate here in Miami. We appreciate that very much, and we are here for you for any question, and to keep working together for many years. So thank you very much, and Shabbat Shalom. And if you have some questions, of course, I'm here. Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much, Deputy Consulate General, for joining us and for your words and for your friendship here in Miami. And we're very, very excited to be sending teens again to Israel, God willing, very soon. So we'll pause at this point in our service for Amisha Beirach for a prayer for healing. And if you are thinking of someone in your family, among your friends in the Temple Beth Shalom community, or in any of the communities you're in who is in need of healing of body, mind, or spirit, please mention their name, even if it's just on your own lips before we sing these words of Misha Berach. Of course, you can also enter their name into the chat if you're on Zoom, or into the chat on Facebook, and we will pray together these words of healing.
Shula Ben David, Fran Epstein, Susan Folstein, Shelley Nicely Groff,
Brian Perlman, Selma Curtis, Jody Bierman.
Mi shebeirach Avotenu Avraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah Hu Yivarech v'Yirapeh et hacholim et hacholim.
May God swiftly send all of them a complete renewal of body and spirit, and we say together, Amen. We are also taking stock at this moment in our calendar of all the blessings in our lives, all of the miracles that are not God intervening in history, but God very much present in our lives. And if you are celebrating one of those miracles this Shabbat and would like to share what that is, if you're on Zoom with us, please go ahead if you have something you're celebrating in your life this weekend, so we can share with you. Of course, the Ressler family with the bat mitzvah. And anyone else on Zoom? This is why I can't wait to have all of you back in the sanctuary so soon. And we will take note of all of the wonderful things. Maybe some of us have begun to see loved ones again who are fully vaccinated, that we haven't seen for a long time. Whatever it is you're celebrating, please have that in mind as we sing the Shehechianu. Thank you, God, for bringing us to this moment.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh
Between Passover and Shavuot, this is another period of counting, these 49 days between the Exodus from Egypt in our collective history and the revelation of Torah at Sinai. And so we are marking these days, these 49 days, 7 weeks, and every day we can mention the number and thank God for all of the freedoms in our lives and all of the ways that we can grow and prepare ourselves for Torah in not so many days. How many?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sfirat haomer al sfirat haomer al sfirat haomer al sfirat haomer hayom shlosha asar yom shehem shavua echad ve'ishisha yamim la'omer yalla la ya ya la 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 yalla la 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 yalla la 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 yalla la la la. And now we face east for the Aleinu, for our prayer of oneness. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, latet gedula liotzer bereshit, shelo asanu kegoyeh haratzot, velo samanu kemishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'kor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malachei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu v'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad.
Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. In our community this Shabbat, we are remembering the following loved ones of members who have died in the last 30 days, whose families are observing Shloshim. Ellen Uti, Yvonne Wagner, Jacob Lillenbaum, Elise Johnson-Scott, Rabbi Solomon Schiff, and Jean Munchik. And we are also commemorating the following yahrzeits this week: Charles Bernstein, Carl Chesler, Bert Cohen, Carol Kurshan, Lottie Deutelbaum, Julius Deutelbaum, Sam Dworis, J. Frank Fine, Deborah Simone Freyden, Alex Frieden, Anna Glovsky, Jean Goldstein, Phyllis Gross, Alexander Gutt, Ruth Hirsch, Dora Huberman, Michael H. Kramer, Mildred Kuttner, Jay Lester, Philip Lewis, Robert Litwin, Sylvia Miller, Daniel Mintz, Neely Steele Nance, Joseph Palgon, Ferde Peltz, David Jacob Reynolds, Sarah Rosenberg, Marion Rosenberg, Harry Rosenblatt, Harry Ross, Felipe Sanchez, William Cernovsky, Bernard Silverstein, Pearl Shukar Stoller, Leon Tracht, Jonathan Joiko Vaskman, Marilyn Weiss, and Hermina Davidowitz. And the following names have been lovingly inscribed in our alcove of remembrance here at Temple Beth Shalom. These plaques include the names Zev Beichman, Greta Burkow, Ruth Altman Broadbent, Leo Chesler, Morris R. Cohen, Sidney Greenberg, Oscar Henschel, Abraham Jankowitz, Pearl B. Keaty, Samuel J. Keaty, Mayor Kotler, Helene Lifter, Helen Littman, Sidney John Mass, Esther Nanas, Betty Pappas, Minnie Perrell, Morris Ram, Celia K. Ross, Regina Samet, Mary Sisorek, Adele Josephs Spiegel, Audrey Stoller, Isidore Stonberg, Max Tepper, Solomon Wald, Nathan Waldman, Bernard Weinstein, and Sam Weisbord. If you are remembering a loved one and commemorating a yahrzeit or anniversary of the death of a loved one this Shabbat, and you're on Zoom, please share the name of the loved one you're remembering. And of course, on this Shabbat in between Yom HaShoah and Yom HaZikaron, we remember all those victims of our people whose graves are unmarked from the Shoah, who have no one to say Kaddish for them. They have us to say Kaddish for them. And we remember all the fallen soldiers in Israel who have died so that we could have a free homeland in the land of Israel. With all of their names on our hearts, please join me in saying these words to praise God for all their lives. Please rise if you're able. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei rabbah, bi'alma divrach hirutei v'yomlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevorach leolam ulalmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemedu kudesha berichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tush bechata v'nechemata, da'amiran bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Osei shalom bimromav, hu ya'asei shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Zichronam nivracha, may all their memories be for blessing. Thank you all. Shabbat Shalom, and it's my pleasure to introduce Allison Greenfield, who's going to give announcements tonight on behalf of the board.
Thank you, Rabbi. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Once again, I have managed to pick an incredible Shabbat service to give board announcements for. I always seem to luck out. So congratulations, big congratulations, and mazel tov to the wrestlers. Orly, I don't think there was a dry eye in the house during that Grateful video. There was certainly not a dry eye in my house during that Grateful video. And I feel like what we saw tonight was really just a small, beautiful sample and appetizer of what's to come tomorrow. So mazel tov to all of you. It's going to be beautiful. Please join us tonight immediately after the service of our Oneg Shabbat via Zoom. Tomorrow, Saturday, April 10th, join us for Torah study again via Zoom at 9:30 a.m. And then at 10:30 a.m. will be the Shabbat Minyan service, again via Zoom, TBS Watch, and Facebook Live. Coming up next week on Sunday, April 11th at 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock, Sisterhood is sponsoring a driveway drive, a cleaning supply collection benefiting JCS South Florida. Drive through TBS's driveway and drop them off with no contact. On Wednesday, April 14th at 5 p.m., join Rabbi Glickstein for Zionism Then and Now via Zoom. RSVP to Noemi, and the link will be sent to you. On April 13th, 14th, and 15th, we'll be celebrating Yom HaZikaron, which is Memorial Day, and Yom HaAtzmaut, Independence Day, with a series of programs. Please check your weekly email and our website for times and information of these programs, of all of these programs. Temple Beth Shalom is helping you and your loved ones get registered for the COVID-19 vaccine. Please send the following information to the membership director, Greg Lawrence, at greg@tbsmb.org. Your name, date of birth, phone, email, and address. Go get vaxxed. Great news. We are looking forward, again, as we talked about at the beginning of this service, to slowly working back to full in-person services. And we'll begin with limited attendance for Friday night Shabbat services beginning Friday, April 23rd at 6 p.m. Reservations must be made on our website, where you can also find a list of protocols for attending services. For any questions, please contact Jeff Graff. For information about these and other virtual and study opportunities, check our weekly email or our website at www.tbsmb.org. And once again, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Please join us. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam Aleinu. Salam, salam, Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.